Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again to Decentraland Art Week. We're on day 3. We are in world right now at minus 140, minus 86. If you can join us, I'm just going to mute you both. Bye. We are going to be on our live tour, the first live tour of this day 3 Decentraland Art Week. We're in World, so if you're in World right now, join us. I'm going to be messaging the chat where we're going. I'm going to put this on full screen so we can see everything. It's going to be a crazy one. We're joined by Multi. I'm adding to stage now, Multi. We're going to be joined as well by artist Carlos Mu. So if you're joining me right now, Carlos, if you're here, join us in the link stream, and we will get you on stage as well. So we're going to be visiting some builds all within Decentraland Art Week. Now, if you've already had the chance to explore, you will see I'm right now at the Visitor Center. So this is the center of Decentraland Art Week. We're going to be running between some builds, but we're also going to be leaving Decentraland Art Week Plaza, or this kind of whole exhibition zone, because there is another set of installations that I'm looking forward to exploring today, which is called the Explore More map. So we have the whole of Art Week, which is 27 installations by 27 different artists, all working either on their own as 3D creators or paired with 3D studios. And then we have our community. So if you go to decentraland.org/Art Week, you will see 2 maps there. And we're going to be exploring some of our arts in this plaza. And also we're welcoming Multi from the amazing venue Rage, who is going to be taking us off-site to Rage venue and talking about some of the things that are going on the community too. With me right now, I've got Rizzle, Fractilians, Multi. Do you want to just say a couple of words about who you are and what your connection is to Decentraland?
Hey, hi everyone.
Hi.
Sorry, I don't have a camera on. I will use my avatar, but I'm Multi. I've been in Decentraland since 2021, basically. Been doing events with the Rage Club since 2021, and I stopped for a while, but kept going with the festival events, the music festivals. I did the techno stage at the music festival. I do some curating for Decentraland main events. And originally I come from the booking industry in IRL events, so I used to book DJs for Tel Aviv big events. So basically that's what I'm trying to bring into Decentraland, the virtual worlds, the IRL DJs into the virtual world, and so they can DJ from their bedroom, as I say, instead of flying all around, and we can all enjoy it from all around the world. So yeah, basically that's what I'm building here in Decentraland for the past few years, and yeah, the future is bright, as I say.
Welcome, Multi. Rizzle.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to show you the Rage and everything.
What's up, Multi? Yo, I'm excited. What's up, Bay, Fractilians, Carlos? Let's see.
Hey, everyone.
I'm probably most well known in the context of Decentraland for running the WIP Meetup. It's a weekly metaverse event that goes across many different Web3 metaverses, whatever's happening at that given moment, and stuff has been Decentraland. And I've been here since jump. I remember Decentraland going live, it being a barren wasteland and a rapidly evolving experiment into what it has been. Or what it is today. So I've been in Web3 since inception as well, and done a whole lot of other things. But this is the part that I love the most: the overlap with like metaverse, Web3, art, everything sort of coming together in the digital spectrum that people can hit up across the globe. It's really fun stuff. So I'm happy to be here.
Awesome, Fractilians.
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Oh, awesome. I know my video is like not working on my end, but it's wonderful to be here. It's always great to hang out with Rizzle, Bay, and our new friends here. So I guess I've been around Decentraland, maybe I think it was around 2020 when I first jumped in. And then after that, I ended up being a DCL reporter for about a year. So I interviewed builders and community members. They'd show off their builds, what they were working on. After that, I for 3 years, was a Decentraland DAO facilitator, so worked in the DAO for a long time, and I did pretty much similar stuff. I did a lot of educational stuff and featured all the amazing builders and grantees and stuff like that, and also did a bunch of cool art shows with Bay and all that stuff. So love to build, and yeah, and now I'm running around doing a bunch of things across Web3 and back in Decentraland having fun.
Carlos?
Hi. I don't hear the question.
Who
A
are you,
presentation?
Carlos? who are you, Carlos, and why are you here?
Yes, I am working on different projects in Decentraland since 2021. I don't remember. Yes, and I love to create in Decentraland. I love to create wearables, buildings, and the community, to share with others. Yes, I am from Argentina, and yes, I like the project, and I love the results of the Art Week. I am very happy with the buildings, with the community, the events.
Well, we're going to go to one of your builds first, Carlos. We're going to start with the one that you were the artist for. So anyone coming to this will know that in Art Week this year, we had 2 tracks in. We had a collaborative track where I paired an artist that came in through Open Call with a 3D studio. And on the other side, we had 3D studios coming in and creating their own builds. And then on the other side of that, there was people working directly with me on concepts that we thought, okay, we're going to build this year. And Carlos, you kind of spanned everything because I basically just used you. So we're going to first run to artist got Carlos. You were selected as an artist for a build, and I paired you with Zed Kale as your studio. So we're going to go to that build first. So we're going to be at Multi.
Yes,
Thank you. Multi's helping me. Thank you, Multi. With the coordinates right here, we're going to go to -135, -91. If you want to run with me, we can, or we can just teleport. I'm going to share my screen. Here we are. And so we can go together. And everyone joining us, if you are in World, jump with me right now. I've just lost Rizzle and Stephanie. We're going to be jumping in. There we are.
Trying to the world too.
Awesome. And let me know, what are we about to see here? What art installations. To give you a bit of context, this is where we are in the build. So you can see we've got the visitor center right in front of us, kind of concealed by the trees here. The visitor center is over there. So this is a complete open world site. And if we run around this corner here, I love where this is positioned as this oasis amongst the builds. So we're going to run in. And Carlos, what was your concept for this build? And can you talk us through what we're about to experience?
Yes, it was really amazing because I think CKL did a great work. He's an amazing artist, and I love the work of the textures, the models, and I think the results of the building are. But it's not a building. It's a nature, completely the nature, and I love the results and the experience. And when we work with CKL, the communication was really good, and yes, I love to work with him.
So tell me how that worked. What did you send to Zed Kale? What did he produce? How did that collaboration work in practice?
No, I created the concept, and I sent to him some references. I like this another image, and he created all the things based on the PDF of the concept. And I asked him some details like the sounds. For example, when you enter to the water, you can hear a sound of water, the animations of the butterflies, etc. But the credits are from him. He created a really good experience, and the interaction is just to walk around the scene and relax and keep the experience.
And what was that initial concept? What were those emotions or kind of things to explore that you wanted to communicate through this build?
Yes, the idea behind the scene. Are you asking me about the idea or the yes? Yes, when I heard the concept about the touch grass, I think I need to feel smaller in the nature to feel the power of the modern nature, and I think the best way for me was thinking in a great world. Small things, but in a huge size, like the mushrooms, for example, the tree, etc. The size of the butterflies, for example, we think in high, very great, very huge butterflies. And I think the main idea is to understand the power of the nature. We are little little humans in the nature, and we need to learn to live in the nature and stop the destruction and etc. Yes, but I like the results.
I think it's one for me. I'm showing everybody right now that I'm flying around with the camera feature in Decentraland. So you press C and then you can kind of fly around almost like your drone around this build. And for me, this is one of these builds that this comes into play with. There's so many details here, especially hidden within the trees. I don't know, you can see if you're following along with this, with these, like the tree branches are like hands. There are grubs and different animals concealed in the tree. I want to know like what is being held up there in this hand here. Rizzle at Fractilians, if I can bring you in. Your responses exploring this build right now.
I realized like halfway through as I was exploring on my own that watching Bay, who knows where all the cool things are, do it on her screen is actually like a slightly better experience. And I was not aware that I could fly and everything. You know, it's really interesting. Like, I was just thinking about this because we were in here yesterday for the WIP meetup and ran through several art exhibits, which were all awesome in their own way. And I really feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe over the past like year and a half, it feels like Decentraland is really like sort of come into its own like style. And I don't know, like it feels like an art installation, but it also feels like an art installation in like the Decentraland way kind of thing. And I don't know, it's been a long time of these metaverse platforms sort of being like a hodgepodge of like really random, like one-off experiences and people sort of building independently. And I don't know, I feel like there's this like nice, like cohesive thing going on in Decentraland with Art Week across the board. And I don't know, I like how it all fits together. And I always, I'm a big fan of like bringing the nature stuff into the metaverse parcels and generally thinking outside of the box and across the board. And it's funny, you know, early on, everyone who was buying a parcel in any metaverse platform was like immediately building like a house, like, or like essentially like a exact like recreation of something you would see in the real world. Like, you know, I finally have my own plot of land and I'm going to build the art studio that I've always wanted. And it looks exactly like an art studio. And I'm glad that this really feels like it's becoming like the dominant form of expression across the metaverse, where like you have this spot that you can do whatever you want with. So let's start thinking outside the box here. And I really enjoy like strange creatures and the bugs on the trees and everything, the butterflies flying around and everything. This checks a lot of boxes for me personally, but I feel like it also like sort of is a nice reminder of like how far we've come in the past like several years, because the experiences did not used to look like this.
No, Fractilians, your perspective as we're floating around with the butterflies.
Hold on, can you hear me now?
You can.
I'm trying to like turn off things so like my computer's been acting really slow right now, so I'm glad you guys can hear me. And then my dogs upstairs are chasing each other, and it sounds like those creatures in like Princess Bride, that, you know, the giant rats attacking each other. So it feels like I'm in this crazy world. Like, anyway, so I'm in nature in a sense always. But yeah, it's really cool to see the evolution. You know, having been part of Art Week myself as an artist, and seeing, I think it was yesterday, you guys were one of the, I forget the name of the speaker, but talking about how the open feel of this is really cool, and just being able to like wander through different spaces. And I mean, I'm all about nature. I'm like, I have to go outside at least 2 or 3 hours a day or I go crazy. I'm like a caged animal indoors. So this makes me feel really happy just to see the it being brought in here, being able to explore, and just seeing how other people have envisioned this. And I've been flying around like you this whole time in here. It's so fun. I love the camera controls. That's like my favorite thing, being able to get those perspectives you couldn't get before. So yeah, I've been flying, and I do what Rizzle said. I follow you first, and then I go off into the sky and come back and take a lot of pictures, and yeah, really enjoy that perspective. But yeah.
Yeah, anyone following along with us, press C on your keyboard and then you'll get the camera shot. If you want to take off all of that sort of sight viewing, finding, whatever it's called, the viewfinder around it, press U, and that takes off the whole UI. And to get out of that, just press Escape or press C again, and it'll take you back to your avatar. Multi, we've been talking about how this has changed over the last few years. Like, we're going to dive into Carlos's second build with us in a few seconds' time. But as we do so, I want to kind of ask you, you've been here. I mean, I think we've done 4 music festivals together now. Where have you seen the major changes happening in Decentraland from a creator's perspective? Multi, I think you're on mute. Are you able to join us?
Sorry.
There we go. Awesome.
So I've seen a lot of changes. Basically, if I'll be honest, the first festival was one of my favorite ones in the terms of art and stuff like that. The first festival was with the Dead Mouse, and the main stage was changing each day to a different theme. And we had like one day there was like jellyfishes, holograms all around the stage and stuff like that, and it was really, really, really nice. And then the other festivals was absolutely amazing as well. But what I would say that the first festival was really what blew my mind with all the lights and everything that we did with Dead Mouse. The other festivals, but basically we had an issue that you needed a good PC to handle all those lights, and I would say in the all the client, all the lights and all the things to handle it. We used to crash a lot in the first festival, so it was a big issue. But then the other festivals, I would say it's all I don't know how to explain it. It's all different experiences from the how you call it, mechanical earth ones that you did, like it was 2 years last year or 2 years ago, where you felt it was all around earth and more how you call it, maybe you can help me here. Bay, that was your first festival, basically, that you changed all the thing to more earth style and open field, I would say, more than the past festivals where you can travel in and explore more stages and different themes, different experiences from the festival that they had. So yeah, it was but basically I'm more into the music. You know me. So if you ask me about the music, I can explain everything more about the music. But the art it's less me, I would say.
We're going to dive into some of the music because we're going to go to Rage to finish this whole tour off. So my plan is we're going to go and see Carlos's second build. So Carlos was the artistic director behind this one, the artist collaborator with Zed Kale. And then Carlos, you and I worked together on a build because it came up that first it was an NFT platform that wanted to do a collaboration, and it morphed into a 2D photography collaboration. So DIY Photography magazine said that they would be really happy to work with us on an open call. They did a selection, so it was a straightforward open call on Decentraland's social feed. So if you are watching this as an artist, always subscribe to the Decentraland newsletter, follow Decentraland on Twitter for the regular open calls, the artist opportunities. From that, DIY Photography magazine selected 10 works, and Carlos and I worked together on how the heck you display 2D photography works in a metaverse environment that don't just seem like additions to a wall, that don't just seem like decorative objects. If you're interested in all this, DIY Photography magazine published an article on it, which I will drop in the chat in World if you're in World with me, but we're also going to jump straight to the gallery straight away. So we can walk. So if you leave the building with me now, we're going to walk over to the big, we basically created a castle, didn't we, Carlos? Like, we just built a castle. So the big castle over here is the photography gallery. And Carlos, as we enter, can you tell everybody following along with us, what was the inspiration behind this build?
Yes, sorry. Yes, the main inspiration is the share works, the share buildings and impossible worlds. But in this case, is all 3D, and it's impossible to create impossible worlds in 3D. But the inspiration is that. Yes, this building was, for me, was a very important challenge and very important responsibility, because was the project of the foundation, and with your direction, by, and was a real challenge for me. But finally, I am very happy with the results. With the results of the building, is a great building, a taller building, and we have some limitations because we have just four lands, and we have some limitation in order to polygons, textures, etc. But I think we found I don't know. We found the a good I can find the word, a good result for the limitations and our idea, the initial idea. And I love the interaction when you all enter to one room and discover the pictures. I think this is the best thing of the building.
I love this interaction. So for anyone following along, what happens is we have 10 different rooms, each with their own door around the building. And poor Carlos, he was working with me. So I was like, okay, we want an Escher building with a room per photograph because we want the photographs to completely dominate the space. So
Yes.
Carlos fantastically created these rooms hidden within these doors that open up when you enter the room, and the photograph then opens itself up. And Carlos, I only saw this mechanic like last week, I think, when I first entered for the first time. Like you hadn't shared the mechanic of the sweep across with me. So
Yes, the
I was literally,
animation.
yes, I was literally like this, jumping up and down on my seat. So everybody, if you enter, you can see that the room is behind the door.
Okay.
You enter into a black room, and when you turn around, you will see on the other wall, I missed it, but there's an opening of the photograph. So each of these photographs was selected by DIY Photography magazine, and Carlos has done an amazing job of hyperlinking them all to the artist's profile. So if you want to know more about the works, if you want to buy them as NFTs, you can click and it will take you to their X profile, so you can browse their other works. But each of these was from photographies from Open Call. DIY Photography magazine absolutely loved it. They did an article about these pieces, and then they followed up yesterday, day before, with an article about the concept in general. So Carlos, I don't know if you've even seen this article because we've been so busy, but there's a whole article on this concept of displaying photography in 3D spaces. And so you can either follow or you can keep exploring the build. And what Carlos has done in terms of the mechanics here is when you exit the room, you appear somewhere else on the building. So it takes you somewhere else in space. So then you can kind of explore and see.
Like a labyrinth.
Exactly. It is one of my favorite films is Labyrinth with David Bowie, and that sense of being in different places across the build with the stairs. And so I love that you can experience a little bit of this in this build. So if you get teleported, you can then choose to enter the same door, or you can go up into multiple doors in the building, and each obviously have different things hidden behind them. So here we have, let me see if I can catch the animation where, there we are. So, Rizzle, that's Fractilians. Are you exploring at the same time here responses to what you're seeing?
Oh yeah, no, this is awesome. I love it. I just keep getting lost. I found the wearable, which is awesome. I was trying to follow you guys, but it's like I can't follow. I can't watch the two screens.
I'm like, Carlos rugged us on the wearable. I saw the sign when I came in, and I'm like, all right, each of these 10 things. And I didn't realize it was supposed to be set up like Escher. So I'm like going in these rooms. I'm seeing these photographs. The photographs are cool. I'm not seeing the wearable. And I'm ending up somewhere different each time I pop out. And I'm like, is this just too early in the morning? Or am I like, not like right here? So the wearable is out there. Yo, Fractilians, give me the alpha. Where do I find this thing?
It's
Carlos,
one
do you
of the
want
top rooms. Not the tippy
cool.
top of the other one. At least I think it is. I don't even remember. I just wandered in, and that's where everybody was hanging out.
All right.
Carlos, do you want to give us the alpha? How do people get to the wearable?
Could you repeat?
The wearable, where have you hidden it? If people are following along and want to go straight to the wearable door, which door is it?
I don't know.
You don't.
Oh, I knew he was not going to tell.
You need to explore all the building.
Here, follow me, Rizzle, follow me. No, it is fun having to explore.
I guess it's one of the magic.
Yes,
go ahead, Carlos.
It's in the 7th door.
Okay, 7th
I don't know where it's placed.
I think that's one of the magics. I think we were talking about this on one of the live tours, that it's for playful people who want to explore art, but also have this sense of discovery and play. I think Decentraland more and more is becoming this environment where we can create these experiences, where we have such a sense of joy. Like we want to find this wearable. And Carlos, like you created this wearable as well. So we went in creating these different doors. You suggested, hey, should we have a wearable for this build? Like, of course. And how did you come up with the concept of the yellow jumpsuit that the people that have found it are flexing right now in world?
Yes, for the wearable, I explored different options. in all options, thinking on the artist and the work of the artist, the work with the paint, and I don't know, in a atelier, for example. And then I think the artist needs to use his body in the creation of the art, not just his brain, for example. And then I think in this overall, with a lot of paint in different parts of the body, and some brushes in the hips, some different tools. And yes, I love the result, the color. I love the yellow color in this case, and different colors in the clothes. Yes, yes. I love the results of the well.
Oh, so do I. So do I. And I think that having this challenge as well means that when you do find it, when you actually come across the wearable, I think it means a lot more. And I know that people are wearing this one with pride. I keep getting kicked out right now. Out. It's not letting me find the wearable. Which is, hey, so I'm going to flex. I found it earlier, so I'm going to go to my backpack. If anyone's new to Decentraland, you can go in your backpack. You can equip your wearables. I'm going to jump back in my Carlos Mu for Decentraland Art Week 2025 wearable for Art Week. What do you hope people will take away from this build when you're creating it? And I guess two questions. What do you hope people will take away from the build, and how long did it take you to actually create this masterpiece?
The building.
How long? ¿Cuánto tiempo?
I don't know, 1 month. Yes. Yes, I think 1 month. I tried different options with the textures, for example. I changed the building a lot of times. I used different types of stairways, for example. In some cases, I changed the higher of the floors. And finally, I found this option to use the pixel art in the walls, for example. As you can see, in the walls, in the floors, etc. Yeah, I used this style of pixelated textures. That was a decision to unify all the building. And I decided to use colors in the doors to separate the doors of the building in order to have more interaction, more I don't know, the animation and the color in the doors. And finally, I added the nature, the grass outside. If you go outside in the grass, you can hear the I don't know in English, grillos is in Spanish, the small bugs.
The crickets.
The crickets. Now, it's really strange that you mentioned this, Carlos, because life has just followed art here. I don't know, anyone that follows me on Twitter will know that I recently acquired a bearded dragon, like a lizard. And so I had to buy some grillos, some crickets, like 2 days ago, just the day before I started Art Week. And my poor dragon is absolutely terrified of their noise, and they don't stop chirping. So I literally have right now a box of crickets on my desk, just chirping away. So if you hear the cricket noise, it's either Carlos's build or my literal crickets just talking away by my computer. So I'm so happy that we have crickets in both spaces right now. Multi, Thoughts from you as the Decentraland OG perspective on Carlos's build.
Oh, I loved it. It took me a while to find the wearable, but I loved it. I actually did a trick that where each door that I exit, I re-enter it, and it took me to another place. So it was like I just exit a door and re-enter it, and that's how I found the wearable.
Top hack.
Yeah. So it was really, really, really nice. Yeah, never seen something like that in Decentraland, so it was really nice.
I think we should jump on. It is. I love this build, and I could spend so much time here experiencing the photographer's work. Just these huge monumental pieces that open up. Rizzle, any final words before we jump to a build that we're all going to review together?
Found the wearable. Feel pretty good about that. It required light jumping, and I'm not very good at that. And so, no, it was, all this is fun to explore, especially having like really, you know, Bay's been through here a little bit. And so I know this is her second glance, at least at like a few of these parcels, but I'm coming in blind, and I love doing that. So no, this has been a great experience, and very different from one to the next. So no, this has been great. Thank you, Carlos. I'm excited to see what's up next.
All right, we're going to jump to a different zone that many people might have missed. So there's this huge zone here around the visitor center, but for urban planning reasons, we're creating this installation on land the foundation leases. So Decentraland Foundation is a not-for-profit that helps promote Decentraland as a social virtual world. I work with Decentraland Foundation, so I have access to the lands that Decentraland Foundation leases. But obviously, Decentraland is a decentralized virtual world. Many of the parcels that we run around here are owned by community members, individuals, organizations. So in siting Art Week, we made the choice this time not to site it in a confined plaza, but to site it in parcels that weren't currently used, things that were what you would call in urban planning brownfield sites, sites that didn't have anything going on right now. And so I found this site close to the water. Down in the, if we look on the map, you can see where it is in Decentraland. You can see it's down here on the whole of Decentraland's map. And if we scroll out, Decentraland is huge. So we're all down here in this corner of the Decentraland map. But obviously, not all of those parcels are free. I had to find a plot with parcels. And so these builds are actually spaced with parcels that I can't build on. They're owned by other individuals. So the map itself of Decentraland Art Zone down here is really interesting. And there are two sets of builds that are close to the sea. And we can either run there, it's a little short walk, or we can jump. And we're going to jump to one of these areas, which has a really amazing installation by Kanzi, who was collaborating with the artist Clara Bacau. And it's at minus 148, minus 84. So minus 148, minus 84. And we can either teleport there or we can run. It's probably easier just to jump, but we're just closer to the sea to where we were. And I'm going to get in there first so I can show you what happens. So this is Bloom Fang by the incredible XR artist Clara Bacau, who was collaborating with Kanzi. It's an interactive build, so I'm going to stop here and play tribute while you all come and join me. And so this is me paying tribute at the incredible build by Kanzi and Clara Bacau. And Clara Bacau's an XR artist that's done brand collaborations across the board. She's an incredible, coming in, mostly known for her AR filters. So if everyone would like to join me and pay tribute at Bloom Fang by Kanzi in collaboration with the artist Clara Bacau, I'm going to open up the Decentraland Art Week site at the same time here. So let me, I keep forgetting which computer I am on. So let me line up this first, switch to this computer and go to decentraland.org/artweek. That has all the information about the build. So if you're an art geek like me and want to learn like where the builds come from, which artists created them, what was their concept behind the build, this is a mythic creature born of neglected gardens and whispering lawns, part beast, part shrub and daydream. Succulent antlers, tendrils and blinking flower eyes embody chaos, a joyful rebellion against sterile pixels where vines overrun logic, blossoms bloom on mossy jaws, and nature wins, reminding you to hydrate, log off, and touch grass. And there you'll be able to jump as well to Clara Bacal's socials. She is art director for people like Coldplay. She's done collaborations with makeup brands. Her Instagram is amazing if you want to start looking at the future of XR art, integrating across AR filters all the way up into immersive art direction and stage design. So I would highly recommend that you check out Clara's work. This is what Kanzi created from her brief of an interactive sculpture that links all these themes that we've been exploring in Art Week, this touch grass theme that's running through the whole of the builds. And Carlos, I wonder if I can call you in for your perspective on the build here by Kanzi and Carla.
I love this. I love this scene. I think it's amazing. I can found a way to get the emote.
Okay.
I want the emote to.
So press. There's the flowers around the bottom. Try pressing the flowers.
Pay tribute.
Exactly.
Okay. Maybe it takes some time. Yes, but I love this. It's amazing. The scene. I want to fly to to see the scene in different perspectives. Yes.
Fractilians, are you having a play at playing tribute here as well?
Yes.
In the...
I'm busy worshiping. I have nothing. I have no words right now. I love it. That's really.
Go ahead.
Oh no! I'm just. I was exploring the. I was flying around it and really observing it from all the different perspectives as well. And now I'm stuck. My hands are stuck in it, and I'm just like part of the build now.
Absorbed. I feel like increasingly with AI as well, these builds might get pretty sentient and start absorbing us, start bringing us into to kind of take immersion to a second level. Rizzle, are you having a play there?
Yes, I'm trying to pay tribute. I'm watching Justin like meditate above or like next to this thing. I'm a big fan of creating bizarre quasi-religious experiences in the metaverse and praying to inanimate objects for no reason at all. Or maybe there is a reason, and maybe that's the point of all this stuff anyway. So no, I really, again, I'm sort of saying the same thing as I did before, but I really love artists leaning into the weirdness and it's so interesting, like we've got a lot of great artists who are now very technologically savvy, but that there's such a learning curve coming into this. And Decentraland makes it like pretty intuitive to build, but you still got to know what you're doing and like get in the weeds a little bit and get your hands dirty. But it's so cool to see what happens when you give an artist these tools to play with versus like a software developer or like, someone who is more comes from the more traditional tech background who would do completely different things with this. But man, this overlap where you put this like bizarre technology in the hands of true creatives who are already thinking outside of the box. This shit is fun. So I'm not bowing. The tribute thing like came up. I'm trying to make sure I do this properly to get whatever good karma comes my way from praying to this thing. And I would say keep it coming. I love this shit.
I think that's I was talking to Alex Esterick, the editor of Right Click Art Magazine, Right Click Save Art Magazine yesterday in a live tour. And I think that is this thing coming through, that this is it's not a 3D build. It's not a game. It's this whole other experience that can take us into different directions. And as you say, it's it's a vibe, it's a thing. It doesn't exist in any other space or any other platforms. Some of the, like, you know, we have, I would say there's kind of the top 3 right now metaverse platforms that all of us are experimenting in. I'm lucky enough to be part of Decentraland and to be able to help artists access some of these technologies. But I think you're right that there's this vibe coming through of these builds that are really doing something different right now.
Yeah, and all of this has like been an evolution and continues to be, right? Because as this tech evolves, we're like constantly putting things in the hands of creators that they can iterate and do something slightly different with. And the tech that is here now that allows this was not here 1 year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, you know, when Decentraland started. And you know, we're in the 5 years from now, you know, who knows what people will be able to do, you know, in these places as well as the tech like continues to evolve and get more sophisticated and everything. So it's really fun and fascinating to have been here since the beginning and just see like the evolution of all this and the fact that it's taken such a bizarre turn, like really like you know, speaks to me. I appreciate it.
I think maybe this is a good place to plug. We're going to do one more build just next door, and then we're going to jump to Rage. And Multi, you're going to tell us all about Rage for the final 10 minutes. But as we walk, we're going to just go next door while we're talking to Mika Al-Hadef's build. Mika's been building with Decentraland. They're an incredible glitch artist. They've exhibited at Sotheby's. Love Mika's work. If you were at my workshop about curator secrets, you would have seen I talked about how Mika's fantastic at communicating their concept, ideas. Head next door, put sound on. This is Mika's, and I love the serendipity that this is, let me just get these titles right, because there are 2 titles that are serendipitous next. So we were at Clara Bacau's Bloom Fang, and now we're going next door to Mika Al-Hadef's Bloom Synth. So it's a completely different experience next door, again, exploring immersion in growth, florals. It's really building on Mika's context as a glitch artist. You can see all of these motifs from the glitch art movement, sampled sounds, complete ambient experience in here. As we experience this, Rizzle, Fractilians, I wondered if you want to just talk a little bit about the immersive arts community, what that is, and why anyone joining us right now should check that out.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go for it, Fractilians.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is a collaborative effort with Rizzle as well, and yeah, I've been doing a lot of brainstorming around that idea, and one of the things that I kind of want to frame it around is the idea of like that hacker mindset about how to think about what these spaces, not just what it does, but what it can do. And that's kind of what Decentraland in many ways embraces, and all these artists have embraces. So what we plan on doing is doing these weekly events with challenges, collaborations, artist showcase, just building this art community where it's like a shared story, shared experiences. So it's going to be open to like from beginner to seasoned creators, and definitely going to pull on all the resources of all my builder friends. I already have my first little guest I'm meeting with tomorrow. So OG, which is, you know, OG is like the ultimate awesome, you know, I've been building across metaverses with him forever. So I love featuring, and I'm calling it kind of like going beyond the frame, that idea of like what happens here. It's not just like, you know, we're doing a regular house with, you know, frames on the wall. It's like you're seeing the evolution of what is possible within these spaces. And, you know, having artists like OG, who just blows my mind always whenever I hang out with him. Half the time it's just me to like get to hang out with these incredible creators and just get inspired. And he's definitely one of those that every time we hang. And so how to highlight and feature the creative process of these other artists, and how we can all collectively like kind of level up and just push our own creative abilities. So that's kind of like the big, I don't know.
It's super exciting. And this is a community. So if people want to be
Yes.
part of this, they should go to the community's icon. Let me show it you here. If you go to the community's icon up here, you can see there's a community's icon. You click on that and it brings you up this incredible list of communities being cared for, being, I'm in Spanish, directed by members of our community, and each of these have a different theme. It's called the Immersive Arts Community is the one that you need to be looking for. You can search for it up here, search for arts, it will come up. Join that, and then Fractilians, you're going to be posting there all of these activities that are coming up and activations in Decentraland.
Yeah, Rizzle and I will be like the first one. I'll be just me. Rizzle is going to be in the IRL world for, and yeah, the first one's going to be next Wednesday at 12 p.m. MST. And yeah, I already have the first event on there, and yeah, Rizzle, if you want to join in. And again, this is a work in progress. It'll evolve, and we plan on doing a lot of really cool little extra things that, you know, we'll share later.
Yeah, happy to chime in. I also want to say I really like this build. It's very like cypherpunk, like old school crypto art vibes, which I really, really appreciate. Yeah, so I mean, I mentioned in the beginning, you know, I've been, running the WIP Meetup with my buddy Matt for years now. It's essentially like an immersive art experience that we curate and customize every single week, like on the fly, and that's how, you know, I came to know the Decentraland crew and why we've been in here like a million times and everything. So Fractilians is like, yo, Rizzle, I want to do some immersive art shit with you. And I was just like, hell yeah, that is like, that's my jam. That's what I love. And over the years have just become like so immersed in that culture. And I really, you know, to make a long story short, I've been involved in crypto for a very, very long time, since like 2012. And, but really didn't like get passionate about the community until the art scene came to be a thing with NFTs and digital art, like, and that whole overlap and everything. And so, you know, to be able to dabble in that and, you know, get in the mix with these creators and continue to do events that sheds light on this, I really feel like this is like, you know, a progression of art. It like, you know, it took a long time to get people to take this seriously. Much in the same way that like video games have taken a long time to be taken seriously as an art form, or to have like artists involved that are taken seriously in digital art and everything. But you know, digital art has been a thing for like such a long time, and I feel like, you know, giving creators these frameworks to create these immersive experiences is pretty new, and especially when you can you know, do it in a decentralized type of way where you have artists from around the world who are able to showcase their stuff and create experiences for people that you know, express what they're trying to say as artists and everything. It's a new and interesting medium, which is why I'm so fascinated that the toolkit is constantly evolving and unlocked, and it's also why if you're not in the mix, you know, 6 months from now, you're possibly in the dust. You know, everything moves fast, and
I'm gonna say, like, we have to move fast. I'm really sorry. We're gonna just jump to Rage,
yeah,
and let Multi, if you could show us. So talking about things moving fast, Multi, I know things have progressed so much for you, and I want to finish on this note with Rage. I would love you to show us what this build is, how it's part of Art Week, and how this came together.
So yeah, hi. The Rage basically was built the start of this summer. I did some changes for the past event, like the lights and all that. As you can see now, I added the Rage light into the nightclub and stuff like that. But basically, the Rage is I try to make an industrial theme warehouse nightclub in Decentraland, where you can basically feel more as a real nightclub when you in Decentraland. I made a massive screen, like 9.16. Basically, it's like a TikTok screen, I call it, and I'm trying to display here different visuals instead of more video streams of DJs where they are normally just playing with their DJ set like a normal streamer. I'm trying to bring more normal DJ sets with visuals and a different experience, which is now really popular in the real life events, I would say, with all the anima and all the other DJs. So yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to bring into Decentraland and into this Rage Club. And last event we had Steve. He was doing visuals with the music. Basically, he recorded the DJ set and then he did the visuals on top of the music, and we live streamed the pre-recorded set into the festival, into the event. And yeah, basically I have here some, at the moment I don't have much controls, but for the next event, because I was scared for that it won't work very well in the art week, so I didn't put alive all the controls. I just had a few ones like the spiral lights that I had here and stuff like that.
And this is through admin tools.
Yeah, this is the admin tools, and I
Awesome.
created a new one with AI vibe coding, which is a UI different admin tool, I would say. It's a control panel. I can't display it now because it's not working that well. You know how it is with AI vibe coding. Sometimes it's working and sometimes it destroys everything until you fix it again. So I'm now in that side where it destroyed everything and it doesn't work, but it will work again. But basically I can control all the flashing lights that you can see, all the lights on the floor like the Rage, and all the atmosphere lights in the club. I can make it really dark, I can make it really bright, and the screen as well. I can control, like I added like white strobe, so I can make like the screen have like its own strobe that is controlled by BPM. And yeah, I'm trying to basically bring into the virtual scene what others are doing in the IRL, and this can be as well like I would say their testing platform to create bigger events in the future, in IRL events. They can come here and try to feel how it feels in a virtual world, and then build it in a real world, I would say.
I'm just laughing because it's become an art performance here. We've had Brittany and Canessa stripped down to their undies, as we'd say in British English. We've got people dancing. It's a vibe. Like, you create a vibe with Rage.
Let's go up. I can show you more around. Basically, I created, if you follow me, I created here a toilets as well. Where are you guys? Oh, yeah.
I think I've got it in here. There we are.
So yeah, here you have toilets, the Rage toilets. If you need to here do something. Number 2. Here I have like a sort of a VIP area I'm building. In the SDK, you can basically add wearables, and if you wear a sort of wearable, you can enter this area. So that's the plan, to add this to here. Here is like the merch shop. Oh no, here is another bar. And you can see different experiences as well when you're in different floors. So the screen feels different in the atmosphere.
Well, see, I love Rage. I feel like so how do people come back? We're wrapping up. We've got 1 minute left. How do people hear about Rage? How do they come to a next party? What do they do?
They can join the community, and in the community you can see the upcoming events, or follow me on Twitter. But yeah, basically the easiest way would be to join the community, and there we talk about the next events, and you can see the next events and the upcoming events. We have one in October 3rd, Friday.
Awesome. We have to finish there because we have to jump back to the Art Week Visitor Center for our next workshop, which is about AI. If you're inspired by this, if you're inspired by the builds, if you want to use AI to create your builds, this is for you. Jump back with us, -40, -86. We're at the Art Week Visitor Center. If you want to know about Rage, Multi, hit the links below. If you want to know about WIP, hit the links below. Immersive Arts community, join it. This has been fantastic. Thank you all so much for being part of this live tour.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, lad.
Bye.